Whoa!
A harpoon.
Maybe we should have a little wager. We're looking for the ultimate piece, the kitschiest piece of Newfoundlandia.
I could see the lust in their eyes.
Interesting things everywhere I look.
You're supposed to be pickers. Where's the counter offer?
We don't want to insult you.
Insult me.
75 bucks.
If it was $150, I would say I'm in here like a dirty shirt.
You know.
When you said 150, I thought the lightning was coming. Oh, I think I've got the kitsch winner. That is kitsch.
That is crap. I think I just settled a bet.
I'm Scott Cozens,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
Just a perfect day in Newfoundland. Such a beautiful place.
Well, I mean, this whole island is a gem.
Signal Hill, that's where Marconi received the very first overseas signal sent from England to North America.
Interesting.
Isn't this beautiful?
Is this Dead Man's Pond?
If this is Dead Man's Pond, that's Gibbet's Hill. They'd hang you, roll you down the hill into the pond.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yikes, what a way to go. Let's see where we're going.
Clear across the province to Corner Brook.
No offense, but why are we going all the way to Corner Brook?
Good pick. We get to see a little bit more of Newfoundland.
And we just skip a little over to Spaniards Bay.
To see Walter.
Exactly.
And we're up to Torbay to see Greg, military guy.
He sounds really cool.
That'll be interesting. Maybe we should have a little wager.
I don't really like wagers. I tend to lose them.
All right, we'll edge this one in your favor. It'll be the kitschiest piece of Newfoundlandia.
Well, I think I can live with that one. I'm the master of kitsch. You're my little apprentice, but you still haven't risen to master level yet.
The bet's on. Let's get going.
Okay. So what are the stakes gonna be?
How about the loser displays and lives with his piece for the whole year?
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too. There's probably some really good kitsch in Newfoundland.
We're going to see Dave. Dave's got a couple of barns full of stuff, apparently. He's a picker.
I knew it would work. The old call worked.
Pasadena Beach.
Oh, look at that old building there.
Yeah.
A. Watton and Son.
It's like an old general store. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, there's a barn.
Oh, yeah. And there he is. That's got to be Dave right
Oh,
there.
yeah, there it is, yeah.
Salty dog.
Howdy, stranger. You guys are mainlanders, I can tell.
How can you tell?
Well, you got that $50 hat.
It's a lot more than $50, this one.
I'm Sheldon. This is Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Who's this?
That's Flora Zell. Flossie, to her friends.
Flossie. She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So is everything in here sort of blow-up prices?
Well, you got to show me the money. I haven't seen any money yet.
I think we got some Newfoundland money from before Confederation.
Oh, that's where it's gold. We'll take that. Hang on to your Newfoundland money, because the East shall rise again.
Yeah. Well, let's get picking.
Okay, come on in.
You lived here your whole life, Dave?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's take a look around.
This is a real interesting place. It's a barn. Stuff's hanging everywhere. It's laying on the ground.
I'm liking the disarray. There's stuff everywhere. I think we're in for a good day.
Have you met my wife up here? We're going for a ride today, later on.
He's a character, that's for sure.
I like primarily Newfoundland things. Old Newfoundland furniture, implements.
What's that, a Newfoundland lunch kit?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, that thing.
I traditionally changed careers every 10 years. I had a radio program, and I was in the Air Force, traveled around the world.
We've got a map of Corner Brook.
We went to Quebec, we had a baby. Went to Germany, we had a baby. Went to France, we had a baby. Went to BC, we had a baby. And I said, that's it, we're not moving anymore. and we haven't had any more since. Couldn't find any places better than this, so I decided to come home.
This is a Newfoundland dog saddle. Come on, Frosty, come on in.
I think you're pulling our leg, Dave.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that.
Flossie's got to be in the deal. Is that for a Newfoundland pony?
Newfoundland dog.
Come on,
Don't want me
because we're
running.
mainlanders doesn't mean we're stupid.
We don't saddle our ponies, we ride them bareback, but the dogs we need to saddle. Hey, Fossy, hey, Fossy.
I think Dave is sizing us up.
So how much for the saddle?
$300.
Oh.
He thinks these Alberta boys have a big bankroll.
We'd sell this in Calgary for like $125.
You're joking.
That's what we'd sell it for. So I think we're out on this one. It's just a little
Okay.
too steep for us.
Well, I'll come down a little bit. I've negotiated a bit, for God's sake. You're supposed to be pickers. Where's the counter offer, you know?
Hey, if you're right way up here, we don't want to insult you.
Insult me.
$75.
Hang on, I gotta get my negotiating tool. You know what this is, eh? We call it a pickaroo. It's for picking logs.
Yeah. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Who better to have a pickaroo than
a picker. Well, I think I'm going to put this somewhere safe while we're negotiating.
That's you, a pickaroo. That's you in Australia.
Hi.
Okay, where next?
Dave has tucked some things away, just stored them. And I'm hoping we're going to find some interesting pieces that we can take home with us. You got a big block here, Dave.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. That's from when they really made sailing ships back in the old days.
Big ship's pulley.
Can you imagine the size of the ship that must have come out of, eh?
That's a beauty.
Yeah, that's a number one.
What does a number one sell for these days?
$200.
Oh,
Well, I mean, look at it. Look,
don't even know how to deal with that.
show me where you can get another one.
That I can't tell you. But I can tell you this
Yeah,
much. We can't
we're
buy
out.
it for $200.
No, I'd even take a shot at 100, but no two. $100? What do you say?
I say no.
I think Dave is boosting the prices up, and he does it with a twinkle in his eye. What you got up here, Dave?
Fairies! Fairies! I hit your head on one.
Yeah.
What you got here, Dave?
Oh, get out of there. That's all the good stuff up there.
It's the best thing in the place.
Oh, yeah. It's a sealing gun. Really interesting piece of Newfoundland history. Oh, beautiful. It's got some age, doesn't it?
Oh, man, put that up there in 1949.
What would you want for that?
I'm in the business of selling stuff. I got to make a living. But on the other hand, I find the longer you keep something, the more it's worth. That's why I've been married for 50 years. Offer me a ridiculous price, I might consider.
Well, what's a ridiculous price?
I don't know. How ridiculous are you?
Give them a scary price.
Well, that's why I put it up there so you wouldn't see it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I would have thought $150 would be
A ridiculous price.
a ridiculous price.
And you're right. I think I'm tough when I have to be tough. Okay, you guys don't seem to know dick all about guns.
Whoa!
Oh, how about a harpoon?
What would a harpoon sell for?
$300.
Whoa!
Oh, Dave, I'm in the wrong business. I got to start making harpoons. What else you got, Dave?
Nothing. That's it.
Come on. Dave's a good guy, but he's not letting us mainlanders take him to task here, man. He's not going to give us too much room on that stuff. He's going to make us work for everything we get. Sheldon, I know these saws aren't worth a crap, but that's an interesting homemade one, don't you think?
Yeah.
We see small buck saws all the time. We normally walk right by them, and you can't sell these worth a crap, but this one was a real neat handmade Newfoundland buck saw, almost like a little piece of folk art. So what would a wall hanger like that cost us?
Only $75. What's a real good deal for you?
$25 and I'll sell it for 40.
Oh, give me $30.
Okay, I'll
get
give
my money
you
back.
30, just because it's a Newfoundland piece. If it
Okay.
was like this one,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give you $3 for that one.
Yeah.
Ouch, and I just gouged my finger on it.
Another happy customer.
Hey, Scott, take a look at these.
Wow. We haven't seen any of those on our trip
Yeah.
though, thus far, have
Yeah,
we?
those are the fanciest planters.
Oh, they came from up in Labrador, obviously.
This is sealskin. I love the seal skin and the hide lowers. In our market, they're getting close to being museum quality. They're very interesting.
They got to be old. They're so stiff.
I'd say back from the 40s, 30s or 40s.
What do you need for them?
For the pair, or you want one?
I'd take one.
$100 for one.
Really? And the pair?
300.
This is a tough guy to do some business with. Take 75 the pair?
No.
You said that quick.
Dave thinks he's got a couple of suckers here. So I'm now grinding back hard. Dave, bottom line, $100 the pair.
Do I have the supply of shoelaces?
You can have these.
Oh, I'll take them.
There you go.
I'll take them. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
Scott and I'll do well in Alberta with that pair. They're $300 mucklucks. In our market, there's some profit.
And I'm thinking Dave's warm enough to a couple of manies.
If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be doing it. The good old mirrors there. Oh, that's thick.
Ho, 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 ho. I think I've got the kitsch winner.
You gotta be joking.
Oh, come on. It is the winner. It is the kitsch winner.
It's a friggin' moose.
Well, I know that much.
Made from seeds.
And they haven't painted them. They've just taken different color seeds. And that is about as cheesy as they get.
I don't know. Not kitsch, nothing to do with anything but poor taste.
You mean people buy stuff like that?
Well, we got a competition going. What would that cost me? I'm prepared to take the risk.
I say about $700.
You can't
Yeah.
be serious.
And why are you giving them such a break right off the get-go?
Yeah, I was thinking like $7 would be good.
You sure know how to hurt a guy.
Just a second, before you negotiate here, if you buy it and you lose it, it stays on your wall for a year? Okay.
Look at the artistic expression there. Look at the moose. Look.
Put it this way, if we didn't have a bet going, I wouldn't even want it.
I gotta get my money out of it.
What's your money?
$50.
Whoa! 25 bucks.
No.
25? That's beyond kitsch.
no.
Kitsch means you buy something for a couple of bucks.
What do you know about kitsch? I taught you everything you know.
Well, I mean, I get a kick out of the relationship. Stop arguing amongst themselves. They might get some better deals.
I mean, I think that wins the bet, but
You had to buy a piece of kitsch.
$50, you got a deal.
Okay.
$50 of our hard-earned money. That's a minor piece of kitsch if it's even kitsch at all.
So you can't even say kitsch.
That it ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over. Or the fat lady sings. Whoa. Sheldon, there's a beauty.
St. John's.
I'm inclined to think it's maybe, 1905 or 1910 in that area.
So that's where they started, and the camera would literally move all the way around to the end of the scene.
I understood he had a special camera.
Yeah, panorama.
Yeah.
That is an unbelievable piece to find in a farm near Corner Brook. We've got to take that thing home.
So what's the damage on that one? That's a long pause.
For something that was leaning against a table in a shed.
You take your time.
$600. What do you think it's worth?
I'm thinking it's like a $300 piece.
How about $350?
You're bidding against me?
No, I'm up in the bid.
Anybody else for $400?
Well, I'm not going to argue for $50, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not going to argue for $50, make it $400, and you got a deal.
How about $375?
Okay, I'm not going to argue over a quarter.
Good, thanks, Dave.
Okay, well.
Well, that's a good photo. We're both real happy with that, because if we can't sell that, either one of us will live with that. Yeah. He's got a dog sled back here, Shell.
Oh, yeah?
I do? I tried to hide it away from you, but you found it.
We saw one of these things
Ah,
in
that's-
British Columbia. Oh, it's a bit of a pig.
It's from across the bay. It was used in the woods for pulling out firewood. The guy I bought it from said, well, you can carry a full moose, you know, he said.
By the way, Flossie, dog sleigh coming through.
You don't make Flossie haul the dog sleigh, do you?
Oh, well, when she's in training, yeah.
Training for what, dinner?
That's,
Oh, yeah, that's a beauty.
it's made here in Western Newfoundland.
That is absolutely what we're looking for. A piece of Newfoundland Labrador history.
And it was red at one point, and then somebody slapped a coat of white over top of it. We don't see that kind of thing. Very desirable, could very well end up as a coffee table. Well, what's the sort of dollars you're looking at of this?
$600.
Whoa.
Worth every penny. I mean, it's 60 years old.
What were you thinking, Shell?
I was thinking half of that.
Yeah, I'm with
3.
you.
You guys making a deal between yourselves? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go outside and
Can
we'll
I-
do a deal. Sold, sold.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Let me in on the deal, eh? No.
500.
Can I call my wife?
Don't bring your wife into this. This isn't her problem.
Well, she's gonna get the money.
Yeah, and she's probably delighted.
That's fair.
$500.
All right,
Okay.
done.
500
500.
bucks.
500 bucks.
Okay.
Perfect. Good deal for us.
That dog sled is going to be a real conversation piece back in Alberta.
I think we should just settle up and get our van packed up.
Sunlight, fresh air.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? This has been a good day out here in the west coast of Newfoundland.
We bought a bunch of stuff. We're going to take it back to the prairies and make some Newfoundlanders, expatriates, real happy. It's wonderful.
I've never met 2 better pickers. I've only met 3 pickers in my life. So the number 1 and 2 for sure. Have you paid for that yet? Did you order a helicopter?
They found us, Dave.
You know, I think that sled might be something that we could get somebody to take a look at. It could be worth a lot more than we paid for it.
Okay, guys.
Hey, that's been good.
It's been a pleasure.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dave, lots of fun.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah,
Have a
you're-
good trip home.
Good seeing you.
You're
Look us
a-
up if you're ever our way.
Never going to the mainland.
You're a salty
I've
dog,
been
aren't you?
there. That's right.
That's a true Newfoundland mentality.
Dave was a lot of fun to deal with. I think we got a new friend.
See you guys!
So long, and thanks again.
But I still don't think he's going to call us anything but a CFA. Come from away. But the good thing is, I got the piece that I think wins the kitsch competition.
What?
Oh, there's no question, man. That moose, that is kitsch as defined by Scott Cozens, master of kitsch.
You're the judge and the jury of your own game. And you paid 50 bucks. That takes it out of the realm of kitsch.
No way. Kitsch doesn't necessarily mean crap. That is kitsch.
That is crap.
Oh, come on.
Well, we agree to disagree.
I disagree with that.
This could be our first big disagreement.
I agree with that.
Well, we're on our way to see Walter. He descends from a family that's been around this part of the world since the late 17th century.
Seriously?
Yeah, in fact, the road that we're going to be on is named after his family.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's written the book on Newfoundland furniture. And here's the good news. Walter's got a garage that's just loaded, and his wife has given him strict instructions. She wants her car in the garage this winter.
I've heard that story before.
So I'd say today could be a good day. And I bet that's our garage.
I bet you it is.
Walter?
Aha. Don't be trying to slide under.
I know, I'm up to your tricks. Hi, Walter. I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon,
Scott, how are you, Walter?
welcome to my humble shed.
Can we dive in?
Be my guest.
Have you got stuff? Wow. We see a pile of furniture, every color, every style.
Interesting things everywhere I look.
The stuff in there is eclectic, but all high quality. So tell us the story.
I was an antiques dealer for several years before I went to work for the Provincial Museum in St. John. When I retired over 10 years ago, I started collecting again and started studying the furniture, really lusting after it. Any excuse to have it in the living room at night to study it and look at it, touch it.
Look at this, Shell. That is a really interesting piece of furniture.
Yeah.
What would you date this piece from?
I would guess about 1920. It's very plain looking, relatively speaking, but it's got Irish influence
Right.
on it. In these type of geometrical corners.
These three little spindles on the top takes it a step above most of those ones you see. So what would you need out of something like this? One of the first things Sheldon and I try to do is gauge the level at which this guy wants to sell.
I need to get 150. That's a cheap price.
I think at 150, we got to say yes on that.
The ball is rolling.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta clear out this place.
That's right. Your wife wants to park her car here.
Right now, she's going to need a Mini.
I'm gonna see that she does get a Mini.
Walter has not sold for years. Our timing is perfect. He needs some space.
And we're the first in the door.
Are those what a prairie boy would call a bailing bucket, locally referred to as a piggin?
Indeed, it's an Irish term. These were for bailing boats.
Yeah, I'm starting to learn the terms now.
You know why I'm interested in you guys having these things? Because we have a lot of Newfoundlanders living in Alberta.
I know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I want them to have access to these. That's the whole idea.
Walter's not just a picker that buys and sells and tries to make a buck on it. He loves the stuff.
I'm not interested in making money.
That's good for us if you're not interested in making money.
Don't get me wrong now. I don't want to give away something that's priceless.
No, we'd prefer to get you wrong.
I really enjoy the fact that Scott and Sheldon like the items. I mean, I don't have to make a lot of money selling them, just make some of my money back.
Maybe that should go back to the prairies.
1940s, early 50s, maybe.
Yeah.
50 bucks?
We'd probably sell that for 65 if we're lucky.
Yeah, so we
we
pay
could
what,
pay
40?
40.
Okay.
Done.
Shake the man's hand.
See, I'm easy to get along with.
You sure are.
You are.
Every once in a while, the stars align perfectly. We had interesting items. We had a great, knowledgeable seller.
If you look at the crest rail here and I turn this upside down, you've got this detail
Oh, yes, yes.
down here.
It's a real learning experience for Sheldon and I because we're seeing furniture we really like and we're learning about its history so we can pass that on to the people we sell it to.
How about 60?
60.
I'm good with 60 if you are.
I'm good.
I really like that.
I see why you like it.
Yeah.
I could see the lust in their eyes when they saw something they really liked.
Would you sell it for what you paid for?
Oh, yeah.
Done. I'm turning into a quick draw
Yeah, you
kind of
read
a
my
guy.
mind.
No, your prices are fair. Everything is aligning as it should. Take a look at that.
Oh, those are great.
That's got to be an
Recycled
apple,
materials.
apple box or mandarin oranges or something. Do you refer to this as a dory?
Yes, and these are little, like, crafty things. Somebody made them at home for something to do.
And this was made by the Apple Box Company.
We've seen apple boxes used for just about everything in Newfoundland.
What would you like for a pair of dories?
How about $35 for the two?
How about 30?
All right, I can't argue with that.
Thank you.
I think that's a good deal. Those
Yeah.
are nice.
I'm glad you appreciate those. That's why I'm being
Very
very
much.
fair.
Take a look at this thing. See if it works.
That's
love
funky.
That is a goofy piece of folk art, that one. It had a boat in the middle of it, handcrafted. It had mirrors on the front and the sides. The way the mirrors are done, it looks like there's a boat coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And you lit it up with a little Christmas bulb. That is just total kitsch. You don't like it? I love it.
It's a red light special.
It's not often you find those small dioramas.
What would you want for the little diorama? I was thinking I'd have the kitsch competition with that.
$75.
Would you take 40?
I'd take 50.
It's just $50 bill, ripped in half and thrown away.
I've won, and don't try to tell me that I haven't won.
It ain't over till it's over.
I see you got a set of stairs here.
Leads to more stuff. Come this way.
Walter, you were holding out on us. We're doing well here, and now we've got a new area to go to.
I'd have to get 100 for it.
Sold. Pine chest right here.
I'll let you have it for $80.
Can't hesitate at all on that.
Ceremonial table of some sort?
$80.
Oh, $80 bucks.
wow.
Fair.
Hey, you've got several years of calendars, all with Dion quintuplets.
It was one of the biggest stories in Canadian history when the Dion quintuplets were born.
So this Great Eastern Oil Company was putting them out as a premium every year, giveaway.
Yeah,
Isn't it great the way they paired the oil and gas advertising with radio advertising?
yeah,
Yeah, I
that
noticed-
makes it extra interesting.
When you get that crossover, that's when the price can shoot up because you're selling not just to a Dion quintuplets person, you're selling it to a radio collector.
So they followed the Dion quintuplets
Each year,
19 years to early adulthood. This was particularly interesting to see a whole series of Dion quintuplet calendars. It was year after year after year. And having the whole series, you were able to watch these 5 little girls, these quintuplets, grow up in different stages. I've been doing this for several decades, and you see one piece here or one calendar there.
that came all together.
Might as well ask you, what would you want for something like that?
Oh dear. Oh, I'd say, counting 15, and I'd have to get $15 each for them.
$225. The problem for our market is the people that knew the quints are getting old.
Yes.
Maybe we can get a throw-in of something. Hey, there's a sled.
The painted one.
That was painted over. That was originally
Yeah.
painted on it.
Looks like a recent paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a quintuplet throw-in?
No.
Does that sound like a quintuplet discount?
Let's put it this way. I could let you have this if you bought the quintuplet things. I could let you have this for as low as $25.
Quint calendars at $225 and the sled at $25. Done.
It's been a pleasure. I can identify very strongly with Scott and Sheldon. It's really delightful to have them here, looking over my stuff, and I could see they enjoyed it as much as I did.
It'll fit in anyone's house. That's a winner. I'll put these two on top, right?
Somebody that's interested in Dion quintuplets will pay the world for that item.
This was an absolutely fabulous day for a picker. We got an education. Everything went our way today. I hope every day is like this from here on in. It was absolutely wonderful.
I enjoyed it just as much as you.
One last
One
thing.
last thing. And let's see if you can back that baby in.
Don't break anything.
Look at that! In there! Our work here is done!
They've helped me because hopefully now Sally will be off my back for a while.
I love the fact that Sally backs that baby in one fell swoop.
Yep.
She's done that before, but not for a while. Well, this is really going to be interesting to find out what that sled's worth.
We're going to see Jerry. He's a picker and a dealer, and he knows all about dog sleds.
We think it's a pretty good item, but we want to get a second opinion from Jerry. And it's always good if he's got a shop, because if he's got a shop, he knows what sells and he knows what doesn't sell.
Let me go in and get Jerry.
Okay, I'll drag the sled out.
Hey, Jerry,
Hi, Sheldon.
I've got something I want to show you out in the truck.
Okay.
Want your opinion?
My business, of course, is the antique business, and I've been in it for some 20 years. And my area of expertise is all things Newfoundland.
Hey, Jerry, are you ready? There it is.
Great Newfoundland sleigh. You know, 30 years ago, everybody had one.
Right.
You know, it was a mainstay of transportation. Bringing the mail, picking up the kill.
We were told a guy could move a moose on this one.
Oh, well, in 2 or 3 trips.
Yeah, we heard that the guy that had this maybe killed a few moose with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably killed more than they should have, but
You know that guy.
We were thinking this was sort of 40s era. What are you thinking?
it looks like it's that kind of vintage, probably in the 30s or 40s. It's a small, what we call the family sleigh. As you can see from the harness, this is the actual harness. Oh, pieces there, all it's missing are the huskies.
I'm imagining you don't see these every day.
You don't see many of them because there's not many in use, and where you see them is in a museum and that kind of thing.
What does something like this get around here for value?
$500.
Done.
Well, if I had it to sell, I'd be probably selling it from well, I've seen them sell anywhere from $700 to $1,200. In your market's probably 25% more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You guys
good.
charge much more than we do anyhow. Yeah, it's a great piece.
Hey, well, that's good. That's very informative.
Yeah, thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
and there's not too many of these in Alberta, Scott.
I've never seen one. Thanks, Jerry. We'll see you again if we get
Yeah.
something good. This is one of those times where when you take something out of its market, it actually increases in value. We're the only guys in town that are gonna have one. We'll get 1,000 easy for that sled.
Well, we're on our way to see Greg, ex-military guy.
Oh, interesting.
And he spent almost 3 decades in the military. When he retired, he filled up a barn, and he's letting us in the back door to see if we can find something when the shop's not open. He likes everything and anything.
So we only got one pick left. You better get that kitsch item.
Yeah, I'll find my piece of kitsch at Greg's. It ain't over till it's over.
Sheldon and I always like to have a bit of a friendly bet when we go to a new place. This time we're in Newfoundland, so our friendly bet is who can find the best piece of Newfoundland kitsch. There it is, right here.
Look at the size of this building over here.
Lovely. Yeah, let's go. Great. Oh, you must be Greg.
Hey.
Scott, how
Hi,
are you?
Greg.
And I'm Sheldon.
Pleased to meet you.
So what's the story here? Are you a collector that became a dealer or a dealer from the start?
No, I would have to say I'm a typical collector got out of hand.
Okay.
I can tell there's nothing typical about you right from the get-go.
Well, you're too kind so far.
They won't last, I can
I
tell
know,
you.
you know. I started having an interest in antiques in 1970. So I planned my retirement. Spent 4 years getting my shop ready and transitioned simply by retiring from the military in 1995 and walked right into my shop already open.
Well, let's see what you got.
Come on.
Wow, you got inventory here, Greg.
Oh, my goodness.
We're in for some fun because there's lots of stuff. Furniture items, nautical things, there's no shortage of things to look at. Let's look around.
I'll go this way. Used to be a time when picking a store was almost impossible, but nowadays, the antique business is hurting a little bit. There are price tags on things, but because we're in the picker fraternity, we know those prices mean nothing. That's just a starting point. This thing looks like it was dug up on the ocean.
That's the business end of a lance. Whaling stopped in Newfoundland, I think, around 1971. Prior to that, the whole village would go out and slaughter these things.
They take the boats out in the harbor, they drive the whales into the shore, and when they beach themselves, the villagers would come out, each of them with a lance, and they would take down a whale with it. It sounds a little cruel, but that's what kept those people alive. This is an early one, though. Like, this is probably 1900, right?
1820s.
There's a group of people out there that love that kind of thing, people that are into weaponry. So you got 5 1/4 on it.
These are rare.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are rare. The problem for us is this is the place where you're going to get top dollar for it, not necessarily Alberta. What would your bottom line be on this harpoon?
Say $300.
I'm thinking we might be lucky to get $250 for it in our market.
No.
We need to buy it at $200 or less to make money. I think you'll probably do better with this here than we will out in Alberta. I'm getting the impression that Greg's the kind of guy that thinks about what he's got into something when he's trying to figure out what his bottom line is. Greg doesn't want to lose money on any piece.
So we're clearly gonna waltz a little bit here. What's the story on the barometer up on the wall there?
St. John's area is where I got it, but I don't know who exactly did it.
I'm hoping that it is what I think it is. Is it all inlaid?
Ivory inlaid.
It's a fancy one.
I actually think this is English. There's nothing Newfoundland about it. It was imported, I believe, from the UK.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's very well done, isn't it? I'm hoping for very dry weather.
I'd say go for it.
So, Greg, at $450, it just not going to happen. If it was $150, I would say I'm in here like a dirty shirt.
Well, you know.
I took a step away from you when you said 150. I thought the lightning was coming.
If it was $150, I think my aunt would have it. For example, you know.
For us, I think the number we'd like to be at it is 2
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
We don't like grinding people that bad, but if you'd go 2, we'd take a run at it.
Say, how about 3? How about,
How about 2 1/4?
2 1/4?
Half your price.
Done.
All right, done. Thank you. Good price, and clearly Greg is motivated to sell.
Bingo. Where did you get that bottle? It was a country club ginger beer bottle out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Didn't belong here.
That bottle came up my driveway from a guy from BC.
That's what's good about that. It had the Medalta stamp on it, historic pottery in Alberta. So if you get one with a stamp on it, you'll sell that to a Medalta collector, not just a ginger beer collector.
Whoa, you got 80 bucks on
That's
that.
what he had on it.
That's a decent bottle, but I'd sell it for that in Alberta.
Well, we'll say 40.
Hey.
That's half again, right?
Yeah.
It's always nice to find a guy that knows how to play the game. And if he can get the money out of us, he can go buy some more things.
I'm highly motivated for them to go away purchasing things that they're happy with the prices also.
We're looking for the ultimate piece here.
Kitschy, cheesy.
Maybe we should
I'm heading this way.
scour. Scott has a keen eye for kitsch and usually wins this sort of thing. However, I think I have a chance today. You get a laugh out of that.
The Moose Chariot.
Yeah.
We've got a Buffalo Chariot in Alberta. I consider myself a connoisseur of kitsch. My eye is so bad that I'm drawn to those items, but I didn't see anything quite bad enough that I would consider to be part of this competition. My pupil, on the other hand, is getting a very good kitsch eye.
Score. I think I found the Newfoundland piece.
No!
I find a Newfoundland tumbler, and it's got a little musical verse on the back referring to the squid jigging. All sizes and figures with squid lines and jiggers. This, to me, seems like the perfect Newfoundland kitsch item. Isn't that a beauty?
You could sing this song every time, and the drunker you got, the better it'd sound.
That is a mint winner, is what that is.
That is a faded piece of shite.
I thought that's what we were looking for.
No, we wanted an unfaded piece of shite.
Oh, come on. You're making the rules up as we go along. I'm pulling away like a squid in Newfoundland.
It ain't over till it's over.
Oh, Scott, you got to see this. Certainly not a kitsch item.
Wow.
I got a little box of that stuff in town about a year ago.
There's several small ivory pieces, well carved, so they're interesting items.
That's walrus ivory too.
Look at this, a little pencil.
Oh, jeez.
Little lead here, and you retract it and protrude it that way.
Ivory's a touchy subject, and if these had been ordinary ivory pieces from the Orient, we would have walked. These came out of Labrador?
Yeah, the people I got these from said they came down in the 19-teens from family members, and they had them in the family till a year ago or so when I bought these.
Well, I got a soft spot for these little guys. What's this for, a kayak?
That's a kayak paddle.
Okay, that would
That's
be
a kayak paddle, exactly.
And I have another one somewhere here, and I'll throw that in too. And we'll say grand total finished up in the end, $350. Okay?
Would you do 250?
Mm-hmm.
270?
Oh, all right. That argument, we're in.
Find some good stuff at good prices. It's an oddball, isn't it? It's like a little flask.
And I think it's a case for carrying morphine or something for war, for military. It says military on it anyway.
Does it move
May I?
somehow? Yeah, please.
Okay. Undo the bottom, and then the top kind of springs up, move out of the way.
And that is a really cool item. It's got all these little compartments where you would put your glass morphine capsule in.
And that's a syringe.
That's a syringe. I'd love to have it because it's got so many movements in it. Medical instruments are a bit like toys. The more actions, the better. And this one had a bunch of different little actions to it.
To the right guy, that's an interesting piece.
It appeals to people that collect doctor's instruments, people that collect drug paraphernalia. I want to own it, but I'm not sure what I'm going to have to pay for it.
What would you want for that?
Well, I was looking at, say, maybe $500, but
Whoa.
that's probably never going.
It's clearly something that was used in the military for drugs, in this case, likely morphine. I was thinking, like if it was $100, we'd buy it for 100, sell it for 200.
Will I tell you what I'll let you have it for? My bottom down below my shoe line. Eh? Under the boards on the floor. 200.
It's such a cool thing.
I'd like you to have it, is what I'm saying.
I'll take it.
Done?
When somebody says, I want you to have something, and I believe Greg meant it, you can't say no. That's an insult.
Thanks.
It's not all about money, and when you say you'd like me to have it, I'm gonna have it.
Oh, that's nice.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that. And once again, Greg was really fair.
This looks like it's a good Newfoundland piece, this one. It's got a church on the hill, like every small town in Newfoundland's got
And
a
a
little church
lighthouse.
on the hill. What would you do on that little guy? I think you got 55 for him in the stand.
Well, we'll say, what about 30?
I think we can do 30.
Oh, cool.
I've been paying attention to Scott on the kitsch competition.
Oh, I've got the kitsch winner. That is a goofy piece of folk art, that one. Total kitsch. I love it.
I'm learning from the master. I'm paying attention here. Yeah! I find another piece of sweetheart Newfoundland kitsch. I think I just settled a bet.
I know Sheldon enough to know when the look on his face says, I've won and don't try to tell me that I haven't won.
Yeah?
You've seen that before, haven't you?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, but you haven't. That's a 3D Joey Smallwood.
Joey Smallwood got us in the Confederation.
We've learned on our trip here that Joey Smallwood is a hero to some, a villain to others. He was a pig farmer in Gander, went to Montreal, heard they were having a referendum, went back to Newfoundland to try and get Newfoundland into Canada.
But there's still a lot of controversy as to whether that was a good move or not. Gets better. Will the lady on the other side please vote Liberal?
Oh,
Here's the lady on the other side.
Not me.
Yeah.
She's the bearded lady then.
Gotta have that, $12.50. That's a
Hey, wait,
bet,
wait,
I'm
wait.
pretty
You didn't
sure.
even
Thank you
grind
very
on it.
much.
So you're trying to suggest that this wins the bet?
Oh, that's the kitschiest piece of Newfoundland history. You gotta look at Joey in 3D.
I think I'm bringing you to the dark side because a couple of years ago, you wouldn't even have looked at that.
Scott and Sheldon are easy to be with. They love having a bit of fun, it seems like. It's been a great experience to see people with their knowledge and their experience.
It's quite heavy, this thing. It's a good piece. We'll do well on that. Individually priced, we could very well get maybe $700.
That's a cool thing. I love it. It's been a great
Shake.
day.
Do we hug?
It's gonna. Hey, I'll hug you.
Do we hug?
I'll hug
I hug
you.
everybody. That's not fair to that knowledge.
That was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
man.
We were talking the same language. I'm not sure if he was talking Calgary or I was talking Newfoundland, but we could communicate.
You're kind of like the Colonel with your swagger stick
Well,
here.
I used to have to salute them. I salute you guys.
Yeah. And we salute you back.
You know.
And I get along with anybody that's got hair as long as mine.
Hey?
So we're gonna be on our way. We'll keep in touch though.
That was just a lot of fun, wasn't it?
At the end of the day, we did pretty darn well.
You know, Scott, it's time to settle the kitsch bet once and for all.
Sheldon, I concede. I don't want to see you cry. I concede. Your Joey Smallwood mirror and your squid jigger glass are better kitsch than my moose. I lose. I'll put the moose up on my wall.
Thank you very much. Enjoy that on your wall for a year.
I will, actually. It's a
I know
nice
you
piece.
will. It's third-rate kitsch. I think I'd like to put it on my wall.
You can't. It's mine. That's perfect.
I like it.
I'd like to break it over your head. A year.
Holy smokes.
Man, you get some serious spiders in here. Great big wolf spiders. It's a little cramped in here.
He doesn't have a heart, does he? That's God getting you back.
You're gonna read our palms?
The house is haunted. If you don't have a ghost receptor, you can't see them.
What are you thinking?
A hat stand. Oh my gosh, where do you start, Sheldon?
I was thinking 30.
I'd think again if I were you. That's expensive.
Why is everything I touch expensive?
Well, you know the good stuff.
You got a Coke button up here.
What would you want for that?
$1,200.
What? I'm Scott Cozens,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us. I've never picked in this part of the country before.
We've got some good picks lined up in the Ottawa Valley. The nation's capital, here we are. You got to admit, this is impressive, isn't it?
I love those gargoyles on the top. Aren't they great?
Yeah. So, man, a lot of people put coins in this thing.
Yeah, $1,500 worth of coins comes out of here every year.
Really? That's a lot of wishes.
Tell you what, you can have a nickel.
Nickel, I thought you were giving me the loonie, Dad.
I got a quarter. Hey, look, mine stayed up.
I'm looking for good picks. That's great. Going to Smiths Falls, old established area of Ontario.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit of an antique area. Some interesting stone houses.
This is a really interesting part of Canada. You know, it's rich in history.
We're going to see Lynn today. What's the story on her?
She's been buying frantically for 25 years or longer. The interesting thing is she's never sold a thing.
Seriously?
Yeah, and today's the day. This I gotta see. This
gotta
would
be
be the one, wouldn't it?
57 Chevy mailbox. Yeah, that's got to be the place.
Check this place out. Little outbuildings everywhere.
Oh, little ones.
Oh yeah, there's another outbuilding there.
Holy smokes.
Let's go meet Lynn.
Hi, you
Hi.
must be Lynn.
I'm Lynn.
Scott.
Oh, hi, Lynn. I'm Sheldon.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So what's the story here? You got a whole bunch of different sheds and...
Yeah, we started out, built the house ourselves. My collection became too much. We built the garage, my cabin. Then the cabin got full. Then we built the other two buildings. Then the drive shed.
So, do you sell things?
No.
So why'd you call us?
Basically, went out to my building one night and looked around and thought, what have you got all this stuff for? I've come to the point where I do have to start, and I figured that you guys would be my breaking the ice.
Wow. Oh, my Lord.
You've been busy, Lynn. Wow, you've got collections of collections.
I do, don't I? My sister and I, every Saturday morning, head out to the yard sales.
So you never specialized, you just bought anything you liked?
Anything that I liked, anything that was unique, anything that I thought that I'd never seen before. I've given up going to the auction cold turkey. I had to stop.
Man,
It's a little cramped in here.
A little bit.
It's the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is everything you could ever imagine. That looks like an Irish shillelagh or something.
Whoa.
It's every little antique store in the prairies put together and in one place.
I just like the old. I don't like to see anything go astray.
I can tell. Sheldon, Halloween's coming. If nobody ever threw anything away, there wouldn't be anything that was collectible. Throw it away.
Scott makes fun of me, but I rescue.
You're out there rescuing,
Yep.
aren't you, Lynn?
I am.
Some things should not be rescued.
He doesn't have a heart. Watch your head. That's God getting you back. The way I set this up was just anything that brought back memories of childhood. The only people who have ever seen my collections are my family. Just being able to show somebody my stuff was a big step in itself.
This is kind of interesting.
That's neat, eh?
Just a little greeting card from Fort Edmonton, October 20th, 1902. What would you want for that, Lynn? Say yes or no, $5.
No, sorry.
Easy.
I do have some sentimental things.
I think Lynn's going through a little bit of anxiety.
This is a really nice, beautiful little toy.
German?
Or pre-war Japanese. The paint was reasonably good, about 80% there. He's cute, too. What'd you pay for him?
That I got him and the monkey and the little bear there, and I paid $20 for all three of them.
Oh, you didn't overpay.
What would you want for that little penguin?
I've enjoyed it, I've loved it. $10.
Hey, I'm gonna shake
Do we
on
shake
his
on
behalf.
that?
Yeah.
That's the first deal,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's almost like selling your firstborn.
I'm hoping that this is gonna get the juices flowing and that we're gonna be buying a lot today. What's that little box up there, Lynn?
That would be what they call a salt box. That I'd probably want $50 for.
Yeah, 50 bucks?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You really value that one.
Well, what would you give me for it?
I'd give you 20 bucks.
20? How about 25?
Never argue over 5. Now the ball is rolling. That's an exquisite little demi-tasse. It's a very early one. And the good news is it's the willow pattern.
Right.
Really pretty little demi-tasse. Nice piece. Unfortunately, my partner won't let me buy something like that. He thinks that's too girly.
Sheldon, I think I'm gonna head for the next room.
All right, Scott, go find a treasure. There was so much stuff there, Scott and I split up. That way, we covered twice as much ground. That's a good casting. 2 beavers. Cast locally here, not too far away in Brockville. Nice little piece. What would you want for that?
Well, I know you like beavers. How much would you pay for that?
$15.
Sure.
That was a long pause.
I was gonna go higher, but I thought, no, sure.
All right, you're very generous. That's something easily we'll get $40 or $50 for. Hey, what's this thing, Lynn?
Don't have a clue. I got it at an auction sale, and I was the joke of the day that day.
There was also this very unusual farm implement. It's all homemade. And as it turns, these little cups are distributing, what, a seed or something like that?
Maybe, because there's a hole that comes out here, and that would have rode on something.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
All hand forged.
Took the time.
Yeah. What do you want for that?
That I'd want 50 bucks for.
How about 40?
Go 45.
All
$5
right.
bucks. You said never for $5 bucks.
All
so
right,
there
you got
go.
me back.
Okay.
I think it could be mounted on the wall. I think that's a fascinating piece, and to the right guy, I could see us getting $75, $85 for it. Is there room for all 3 of us?
Should be.
Hey, Scott, are you in there?
I found something for you.
What's that? Oh, yeah?
Look at the back of it.
Have a
Barley sandwich. That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
Butter mold. Man, there was a day when they were good, wasn't there?
Some things in the antiques and collectibles world are on the decline.
But there was a time, 15, 20 years ago, that was probably 150 bucks by itself.
What would you be willing to pay for the 4?
As little as possible. Yeah. Well, what would you be willing to sell them for?
I'd want at least $30 each for them.
Leave the little guy behind, and we'll go 50 bucks for the 3.
Or 60 bucks for the 4.
65 for the 4.
She's got the $5
Always get
thing
that
down.
extra
exactly.
$5.
She's got the $5 thing down.
We do those $5 enough, it's gonna make a difference.
There you go.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, isn't that a sweetie?
Isn't that pretty?
It's fairly rare. It's neither wicker nor rattan. It's actually a Canadian invention. It's twine or hemp that's been woven and then wrapped around the entire body of the chair. What would you sell it for?
$50. Ouch!
I'm out.
Come on, that's a nice chair for 50 bucks.
It's a nice chair retail for 50 bucks.
That was such a unique piece. You never know.
I want to go check these frogs out over here. I heard one.
They're on the wood here.
Oh, there's a big
Over
guy right there. Look
Yeah.
at him.
Oh yeah, he's a good size.
I want to get to the house.
That's usually the inner sanctum.
Go ahead.
Holy cow.
Oh.
Wow, you've just got stuff everywhere. I thought you'd look at that.
You pretty well have one of everything, don't you, Lynn?
Oh, that's a good one. The first thing I spot is a banjo, but when I open it up, it's a Gibson banjo. Wow. That's the holy grail of banjos. Where'd you get this?
At a yard sale.
What'd you have to pay for it at a yard sale?
Paid $125 for it.
Wow. Would you sell that?
I don't think so.
There's got to be something here I can buy.
Check this out, Scott. That's got to be the heaviest clock I've ever seen. An IBM time clock, International Business Machines, Toronto, Canada. When you started work and when you finished the day, you'd punch in. And the keys here. Looks like it's all there. Does it work, you know?
To be honest, I only got it a few weeks ago.
What would you want for that?
I don't know, maybe 300?
I was thinking more like 2.
2 1/4.
I think we should take a shot at that. Thank you. Bingo. That's good for us.
Well, there's an old bear. You can always tell if the arms stick out past the feet, that's the earlier. And also, 1950s and on, the feet were straight like that. But if one leg's turned like that, it's earlier.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a little learning process for me for the next time. I'll know what to look for.
How much is your little Coke lighter? They sell really well. Lighter people like them, Coke people like them.
$10.
Shake her hand at 10, Shell.
Oh, you got yourself a deal.
Good.
We'll triple out on that, no problem. I'm putting it in my pocket, too.
We'll check your pockets before you leave.
Yeah, most people do. There's a nice old gumball. What's the story on the gumball?
Got it at an auction sale.
It's a nice one, probably 1940s. It's wooden with round glass windows on it. It's a neat thing. So what do you need out of it?
I'd want 100 1/4 for that.
We'll come back to that later if we can package it with something else. Hey, look, a boar's head. I'm going to go look at that guy.
That's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, both his tusks are there. Everyone that's got a bar would want a boar's head in their bar.
Especially one called the boar's head.
Exactly.
Yeah. Easy sell.
Come back to that one.
Yeah.
Again, we're thinking about it, but we're just looking for that one other thing.
You're looking at that little half moon planter, aren't you?
Yeah, that's an interesting piece.
That's a good piece of European furniture. It would have had a marble top originally. They've used burl walnut on the frieze. Nice carving around the edges.
What's the story on that? Where did you get it?
I bought it at a yard sale.
Really?
Yeah, lady had it in her garage, and it was 4 seasons it took me to get it from her.
Wow.
I think it's much more valuable back as a table, and I think we know the guy that could make a top for us. Why don't we try a little bit of a package?
This, the gumball machine,
the
and the
gumball
boar's
machine.
head, the 3 of them together, what kind of deal could you give us on all 3?
Basically, I like to buy in a package myself. If you can get 5 items for the price of 1, that's the way you do it. 400.
Done.
Good deal.
We think alike.
I knew what I'd paid for everything,
That's such a unique piece.
and I think I did very well.
That's a great way to wrap up the day.
Just put it right down.
Well, we should get $350 for that clock quite easily.
Nice little penguin wind-up toy at $10. That's a good buy.
He's an old one, isn't he?
Yes.
These are great items. We did really well today. Thanks a lot. Maybe that got the ball
things rolling. Thank you very much.
Good for Lynn. She's going to have some fun on the selling side of things.
Cleaned out some space and give me some extra cash.
I'd like to go to an auction sale with you, Lynn.
I'd like you to.
Well, that was sort of fun. You'd be hard-pressed to meet a nicer person than her.
I agree.
But she's having fun at it, right?
Yep.
So who are we going to see today?
Going to see Gary. Gary's got everything metal, it sounds like. And he's got 3 or 4 sheds full of stuff. We got some serious picking to be done.
Look at the old barn.
Oh, wow. Gary has a lot of iron. Things are spilling out of buildings, which usually is an indication that inside we're going to see a lot of good stuff. Hey, are you Gary?
Yep.
Sheldon.
Hi, how are you doing?
Gary Scott.
Very good.
So what's the story here?
Oh, not much of a story, just a bunch of junk.
Well, why don't you show us what you got?
Okay, let's go.
Wow.
Oh, Scott, everywhere you look.
20 years ago, I started collecting what I call junk.
Wow, some good things in here.
Well, most of the stuff I collect is seats and sea-drill ends and toolbox lids and rope makers, the odd bear trap.
Is this just a one-of?
Yeah, it's a wheelbarrow wheel.
Ah.
What about your anchors?
They're kind of expensive. The big one come up on a fish net out of the St. Lawrence Gulf.
That thing's been sitting on the bottom of the ocean for probably 100 years.
Wouldn't you love to know the history of that? Which ship it came off of?
Has a great rusted pitted patina to it. Fabulous thing.
I could let the big one go for $375.
Wow. I want to think about that one.
Yeah. What about the bell? What's the story on that?
Well, all I know is a school bell.
It's about a 14-inch diameter. The mount was there as well. Nice old casting. Oh, it's got a nice tone to it.
Oh, yeah.
What would you want for that?
$250. I figured if I'm going to start off with something, I better leave a little bit of room to move.
Whoa.
I'm giving you prices where you can't refuse.
I think $200 maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you. We'd go 2. What do you think?
Gary's sort of an interesting guy. I don't know quite how to read him because he's got a bit of a grumpy look on.
Don't look at him like
Who do I
that.
shake with him? or you?
2. Okay, thanks.
Very good.
At $200, I was just screaming happy. We'll quick flip that for $300. That's what we call the icebreaker.
There we go. Let's
Yeah.
go now.
Oh my gosh, where do you start, Sheldon?
Kind of like the signal lights. Hey, Gary, what would you want for this McCormick Deering piece?
Gary's a bit of a tough negotiator.
I was thinking 30.
I'd think again if I were you. A little higher.
There's not going to be too much back and forth. It's going to be bang, 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 done or not done.
How's 40?
$40 is good.
40, done. It'll clean up nicely, and the price was right. We'll make nothing but money.
That's expensive.
This is expensive? Why is everything I touch expensive?
Well, you know the good stuff.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or as an insult to Sheldon.
I know how to take it.
Nice little road sign. Would have been from the teens, 20s, 30s, probably from Quebec. So how much would you want for a little sign like that?
$120. The dust goes with it, eh?
It's the kind of thing I'd like to buy at $75 and sell it $125.
If you're interested, the least I would take for it would be $100. Well, they look over their shoulder at the other guy and to see if he's looking, and I kind of keep an eye on both of them to see if there's a nod or a no.
Yeah, $100.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah, thank you. We'll sell that sign for a good profit.
Bang, 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 popcorn buying. I like it.
Hey, this is something for our next negotiation. Yield. Okay, let's go to the next place.
I like the Buffalo Springfield sign. Is that for sale?
Could be if you offer enough money.
Great old sign, machinery company from the US. That's what Neil Young's first band used as their name, Buffalo Springfield. I'd say $100.
No, I could let it go for $225.
Ouch.
Yeah, well, let's think about that.
Yeah.
See what else we can
Let me
find.
find
Yeah.
another one.
Let's see what else is back here.
You got a little bit of everything here.
Oh, I can see some stuff I like already.
What would an anvil like this weigh?
That one weighs 452 pounds.
Wow.
Overall, it's stuff that we don't see every day out in Alberta. Is this what I think it is?
Yep. In the old days, they would take a block of ice and you'd shave the ice off into it, and then you'd open it up and dump it in your drink.
You've
Very
got
good.
some great stuff here. You enjoy this, don't you?
Oh, a great job, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are cool, 2 flange signs. I'm always looking for advertising signs, and he had a couple of tin-painted signs.
Is that a double side?
Double-sided flange. One was a chainsaw sign, and the other one was a frost fence sign. Not the kind of thing we see too often out in Alberta. What would you want for your 2 signs?
$125 a piece. They've been around here for 20 years or so.
I'd go 2 for the pair.
You'd probably go $220.
No, I think I'd go 2.
A deal.
Okay, thanks.
Figured I might as well get rid of them today. Might be here another 20 if I didn't.
A bit of a mishmash of stuff today. Stuff that has second or third uses for it. I like that.
That's for working on boots or shoes.
It's a bit rough, but what would that be worth?
What do you mean a bit rough? It's perfect shape, eh?
Other than the rust. You'd put one shoe on either side, and you might put something in the middle to whack it and make it straight. Do you know what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
That's what I'm thinking.
How about a hook on the wall?
I like that thing.
$125.
$100.
110.
Okay. When I can fit 3 cowboy hats on that at 110 bucks, I'm happy with that. And no, you can't have it.
I don't own 3 cowboy hats.
Oh, Scott.
Somebody had actually done what I was visualizing. They had made a box out of a couple of cast metal pieces. It's very functional.
That's something you can store newspaper or shoes or anything inside your door.
But here's the key. It could be used as a model to make more of those.
That was the kind of thing that I'd like to take that to somebody and put some proper wood on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And there you got the pattern there to make it with.
Huh. What would you want for it?
75 bucks.
He probably would make an incredible poker player, because I don't know if he's bluffing us. How's 60?
Okay.
Sold. So anytime Scott and I find those good castings, we'll use that as the model for the next one.
Hey, Sheldon.
Oh, beautiful.
He also had 2 Case Eagle figures. I think that would have sat in a pole or something, right?
I believe so, yeah.
But that's a newer recast, but it's still Case Eagle. They're so hard to get the original ones. People would take an original one and they'd recast them and make copies.
Yeah, I don't believe it's old.
And you get a littler one over there too.
Yep.
What would you want for your case pieces?
125 and 75.
Whoa! How about 150 for the pair? Remember I said yield? Remember that sign?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. I think I used that pretty well.
I think we both did. This was a good day. I really enjoyed dealing with Gary.
I'm pretty happy to see those Case Eagle things because we'll have no problem moving those in our market. Must be lunch.
Nice old casting.
Easy quick flip 400.
Yeah.
Gone.
Just the case is too heavy for that.
We'll find somebody that's got the last name Lockhart, and we'll sell that sign for a good profit. Thank you very much. You tired me out.
That's what I wanted to do.
We lightened your load by a few £100.
You sure did that?
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I invited Scott and Sheldon to come by.
Make sure you yield from now on.
Oh, I always do.
Okay. Hey, we'll see you next time you're in Calgary.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Hey, well, that was a good pick.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting stuff we got there.
I really liked the bell, and I liked it at that price.
That was, I think, the best thing we got was the bell.
Good guy, good contact. That was excellent. What a great little town. Love Almont.
I love the stonework.
Yeah.
It's an old place. Look at the church.
Yeah.
It's not a church.
It's not a church. It's
an old
mill.
company. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Is that a wonderful little scene or what?
Got to be good picking around here. We're going to see Bernard and his wife Catherine.
So what kind of house are we talking about here?
Oh, ancient, old heritage site.
Oh, yeah?
He's apparently got a massive attic and all kinds of labyrinth in a cellar. I got a feeling this is going to be an interesting pick.
I think this is it. Yeah, look at these old gates. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, this is the place. Like an old
this.
English manor.
Wow.
This does look like a scene from a movie, doesn't it?
It does.
Wouldn't you want that as a backdrop?
We can just see that house as it would have been 100 years ago with a big fountain in the middle of it, a circular driveway. You'd go in one side, out the other. It's all stone. It's a beautiful old house. I think it's going to be filled with stuff. You must be Catherine and Bernard.
Good morning.
Catherine?
Scott.
Nice
Scott.
to meet you. I'm Sheldon.
Welcome to a one-of-a-kind.
Yeah, this is an amazing place.
There's lots of places in it to pick.
Well, let's see if we can lighten the load a little bit.
Absolutely. We'd love to have that.
Holy smokes.
What an incredible home.
It's massive.
We're in for a treat today.
We need to create space to clean things up. I'm a gatherer, not a collector, so I need more room to gather.
Now, I can't help but ask you about this chair.
It's called the concubine's chair. It was made in Cairo, and it sat in the palace. And during the Napoleonic Wars, when Napoleon left Egypt, his officers stole this as part of the spoils of war. Have a seat in it. Now you have to sit back.
I am sitting back.
No, you got to go all the way back so your feet dangle.
Oh, you want me to look like a little kid? Yeah.
I've never seen a chair that big.
At Christmas, you can put 6 grandkids in there.
I'm afraid to actually ask about the price. What would it take to part with that?
More than your van's worth.
Our van's not worth very
nothing.
much.
Yeah.
We'll give you double what our van's worth.
Because it's unique, whether it's worth $100,000, I don't know.
But it's going to stay right where it belongs in Bernard's family.
Let's keep looking around.
And I think we'll start in the attic. A little dusty, go up those steps there.
Wow, this is great.
Whoa. This is the biggest attic I've ever been in.
It goes on forever. Over to your right, over to your left, up above, down below. But before you go through anything, I just have to see something.
Are you going to read our palms?
I just have to check because the house is haunted. There are several ghosts. They're not nasty. They don't hurt anything. They play tricks every now and then. But we have an understanding. They stay here and I live here. Do you know the difference between AM and FM?
Yeah.
If you don't have an FM radio, you can't get FM signals.
Yes.
If you don't have a ghost receptor, you can't see them.
Do I have a ghost receptor?
You do.
Oh.
Do I?
No.
Really? What did he say? You're okay with the ghosts?
I'm a ghost receptor. You're a ghost rejector.
I'm not even sure I believe in ghosts, and all of a sudden now I'm a rejector, so...
Well, that's the problem. You don't believe.
And you're a believer?
I believe in ghosts.
Okay, good.
So I'll get out of your way and let you poke.
Now I'm feeling a little unsure.
Don't worry, I'll protect you from the ghosts.
Wow, you've got lots of stuff here.
I don't even know where to start.
Lovely pair of lampshades. The silk is just disintegrated.
I start opening boxes and I'm finding bits and pieces. This was a good violin at one time, but it is absolutely toasted now.
Some of this stuff has been here for decades, hasn't it, Bernard?
We have a little bit of just about everything that covers 5 generations of my family and my wife's family. Lots of stuff.
Take a look at this image, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Canadian soldiers, they're at the railway station and they're heading off to war. Copyright 1915. Makes sense.
I rescued that from a yard sale a number of years ago. They were just going to toss it away. I thought all those poor men and women and families, the memories would be lost. It's quite a piece.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you want for that, Bernard?
$55.
I think I'd be in at 30, and that's about it.
$30, I'll do it.
Sold. Ball is rolling.
I'm just finding stuff.
There's some petrified bugs on here.
They'll be $1 each.
Yeah.
How do you like this one, Sheldon? Buckingham cigarettes. Know your football signals. Hey, Bernard, you got a bit of a beater clock here.
Yes.
It's a Pagano, which is nice. Canadian manufacturer. What would you want out of that?
Make me an offer.
Oh, 50 bucks?
Sold.
Shake his hand.
Done.
Bingo. $50, that's a great deal on a Pagano clock, even if it doesn't work.
I'm glad somebody's going to use it.
I'm feeling Bernard is fair in his pricing. The key here today is finding things that we want, we need for our market. Now, how many ghosts?
We have about 12, 13 in the house.
13 ghosts?
Each one identifiable by certain characteristics. Everything from a minister who died on Christmas Day dancing, the builder of the house, his wife, his dog, Uncle Ray, who used to sneak into the back part of the house to have a smoke, Queenie, who tried to drown herself in 2 inches of water. Some of them we've seen fully dressed. Some of them are gray. The ones in the attic here are more gray than clear.
Bernard has an interesting imagination.
Are you mocking the ghost?
No, I want to meet Queenie.
I think you're mocking the ghost.
I'm not mocking
I think you
anybody
are.
or anything, and I'd love to meet a dog ghost too.
I think we may have to work our way out of here.
Hey, Bernard, found a couple of things. Bellows and a telescope.
Bellows, 35.
How about 30?
30 will do.
Telescope?
It would have come off probably a 3-masted schooner. Who knows, it might have even come off the Blue Nose. Can't sell that, it's a family piece.
Oh, what a great telescope.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Sentimental value, and we can understand that. Walked away. This box is interesting. It was originally a tea box, tea caddy. It's mahogany, it's inlaid, early Victorian or maybe late Georgian. Tea was very valuable in Victorian times, so you locked it up and kept it away from the servants' little fingers. What would you want for that, Bernard?
20?
Sold. That was a good buy. Huh. You got a Coke button up here.
Does he?
Yeah.
Don't understand what a Coke button's doing at a place like that. What's the condition like on it?
From the back, it looks pristine.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Holy cow, does it ever have dust on it? I'm not sure whether we're gonna buy it or not, but I gotta try them on. What would you want for that?
1,200.
What? I almost choked.
What would you offer for it?
400 bucks.
Well, you said 4, I said 12. What's halfway in between that?
Way too much.
My math says 5.
If Sheldon said 5, I'd live with the 5, but I tell you, I wouldn't go a penny more than 5.
I don't think at this point they're interested in pursuing it.
Let's go see what else we can find, and maybe we'll come back and make a deal on that.
Sounds good to me. We got a whole basement to look at.
That's
Okay.
a plan.
Let's go down. Just head down there. We'll go into one of these side rooms.
Holy smokes. I'm hoping to find Queenie, one of the ghosts.
Man, you get some serious spiders in here.
Great big Eastern Ontario wolf spiders.
I know what's going through your mind. I know you're afraid of a spider in here, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm terrified, yeah.
He's okay with ghosts. He just has a big problem with spiders.
Hey, Bernard,
Yeah,
you got a thing for axes.
I love them. I have about 75. It's not that I have an axe to grind. I don't know why, but I love forged metal with wooden handles. So there's a real connection with the past.
Yeah, you got a lot of axes. Are you a serial killer? I'm a little concerned with Bernard and his affinity for axes. Ooh. Whoa! What the hell did I... Oh, it's a light bulb. Sorry.
600 bucks for the bulb. But I'll tell you what, for 600, I'll throw in a button thing.
Go on.
Hey, would you part with this? A little inkwell?
Sure I will.
I love anything in the Art Nouveau period, and this is just so Art Nouveau. That's a great little inkstand. I've seen the reproduction of that. It's such a good piece, and I was just screaming happy when he said,
40 bucks.
that was 20.
25.
Sold.
Done.
What's this? Is this a little jewelry box?
Just needs to be re-glued.
It's a nice piece of lacquer work. It would be early 20th century. I would suggest probably 1920s, maybe 1930s. What would you want for it in this state?
This one's your turn.
In this state, 30 bucks.
50 was what I'd have to have.
35 bucks bottom line.
40.
Oh man, that's a good buy. Put back together and in good shape. I suggest that box could be $400 or maybe $500.
Those are signal lamps from the Canadian Army.
I'd never seen the little guys like that. And at night, they'd be very effective.
These ones here go different colors.
Oh, right. You got
So
the
it's
red.
got the red
Yeah.
and the green.
Yeah.
One person told me it was for dealing with convoys during the Second World War.
What would you sell them for?
10 bucks for the pair.
Sold. I thought you were going to value those so high. That's a bonus.
Absolutely not.
Okay, Sheldon, I'm heading for the exit. This is one of those times where Sheldon did a lot more buying than me. I like getting outpicked by Sheldon.
Rarely does that happen.
It happened today, bud.
This has been great. We've got some excellent items.
You're more than welcome to come back.
Oh, well, thank you.
Great.
Very good piece that we should quick flip just like that.
Interesting stuff.
The 1915 print, we see a similar one all the time, but that one's a little more unusual. Good piece, and we'll do well on that. We think this could be a score.
We've done pretty well today. We've got a lot of stuff, but there's something that's just bugging me.
Oh, Scott, you never quit.
I had to see what the condition was like.
I know Scott so well. If we see a good item, he's not leaving it behind.
Hose it off, take a look at it, make up your mind.
Actually, it's not bad. A little rust from bat guano.
Now I can say I've been hosed by the best.
Yeah. Oh, it'll clean up.
It's pretty much mint. It's about a 9.5 out of 10.
And it has the date on it somewhere.
1959. So where were we at on that?
I think about $1,200 is where we...
No, in that condition, I'd be happy to do, I'd do 5 on that. I would have said 4 normally, but 5 I'd do.
Bottom line.
Well, I was looking a little bit more than that. How about 5 1/4?
5.10.
All right, all right. Good stuff.
Everybody
good
wins.
Stuff.
That was a great deal for us.
Nothing's ever finished until the van door is closed.
Wow. Hey, that was great.
Great to meet you guys. It's been a great afternoon, a great day for me.
Thanks a lot,
take
and
care,
you're not
fellas.
coming to Alberta without looking us up.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Oh, that was fun. You were buying pool today. You were just buying. Bang, bang.
They had stuff I like.
Yeah.
I like their stuff.
So did you meet any of the ghosts?
You know, I didn't see or talk to a single one,
Didn't you?
but I sensed there was several around.
Oh, they were telling me. They were saying, you know, we'd go for a beer with you. We're not sure about your partner. He doesn't believe in us.
So we're on our way to Greeley, Ontario. See if Ken Aubrey, an old friend, knows what our clock is worth.
He's selling on a day-to-day basis at a retail level, so he'll have a pretty good idea what that would sell for.
Let's drop in.
Be interesting to see if he's picked up anything new lately. Maybe we can do a little swap.
I always love a swap.
Here it is right here.
Oh, yeah.
I've known Ken for years. He's been dealing in antiques and advertising in particular.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Good to see you again,
Scott,
Ken.
how are you?
Good. If you have something you want to know what it's worth, he's the guy you ask.
Little Pagano.
You guys just picked this?
Just picked it, yeah.
It's in nice shape. It's original finish, which is great. Perfect. The Pagano clock's got everything going for it that you would hope to find in a good old clock that's 100 years old. Arthur Pagano made clocks. It was a Canadian clock company that made these things, and it's the only truly Canadian 100% clock company. They based all their models on Canadian cities, so it has appeal right across Canada.
So when do you think this would date from?
This is the Berlin model, okay?
Right.
And in 1916, they changed the name of the Berlin model to Kitchener. So this clock is pre-1916.
Oh, okay.
Since they started in 1904, it narrows it down to a 10, 12-year period there.
Right. We think it's good.
Make me an offer.
Oh, 50 bucks.
Sold.
Shake his hand.
Done.
Well, the magic question is, what do you think it's worth in this condition?
The whole mechanism seems to be there. The finish is original, which is really good. I mean, that's important on any antique. This clock in this condition with the original label, I could sell this clock for $350 to $450.
Wow.
Yeah, excellent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a great appraisal for us. We bought that right.
Did you do all right with it?
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very
Yeah.
welcome.
That's
Sheldon.
good info.
You're very welcome.
Thanks. And you may do well on this today before we leave.
Good. I'm interested. I got buyers for it.
You got anything to show us while we're here?
I just got back from a 2-day road trip, and I have a few things outside that may be of interest to you. If you want to look, you can have first kick at the cat.
Excellent. Let's go.
That's what we like to hear.
You guys are getting first look at this stuff. It's all fresh.
Wow.
I like this.
You got a good eye.
Yeah.
That's a great sign.
It's a Laurier cigar sign. One of the best signs you'll ever see.
It's a die-cut sign. It's tin, circa 1900. It's a fabulous sign.
Anything Rock City is worth money.
Yeah.
Rock City Tobacco out of Quebec. It's a figural sign. It's got a horseshoe with one of our prime ministers hawking cigars.
You think you got paid for that?
Oh, absolutely.
Few royalties?
I think that's hilarious.
You're gonna like this too, Scott.
Oh yeah, fries.
I love a display cabinet that you can put a price tag on.
Yeah.
You can put a lot of things for sale inside the cabinet and sell the cabinet as well.
Yeah.
It's for sale.
What would you need out of that?
If I was retailing it, I'd put $395, $495 on it.
Yeah, that's where I see them.
I'm going to offer it to them wholesale. If we can flip it out and make a quick profit on it, that's one way to sell stuff. I could sell you that cabinet for 250 bucks.
Wow. What about the Laurier?
I could do you, on a wholesale level, $500 on it, and there's lots of room left in it for you after that.
It's an iconic sign. I would never want to leave one if I have a chance to buy them. They're so good.
Oh, you're gonna like this, Scott.
Oh, that's a good one. Wow, is that ever nice?
Fresh out of a collection.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, I just bought one of those, but nowhere near as good as that one.
I love the 3D effect on that.
You sure have a knack of coming up with mint stuff. Ken is out there getting stuff fresh to market, so when we can get it from him before anyone else has had a chance at it, that's a good thing. That's old store stock,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. It's never been hung up, never
I thought
been
it
used.
was new. It looks new.
No,
It
it's
looks new on the back.
It's from the late 1950s.
But you see that? That's how you tell it's not
Oh,
a
okay.
repop. I don't normally buy a lot in the way of modern cigarette stuff, but that Camel sign was just flat out mint. Oh, a Crushy. Some people still like Orange Crush.
A lot of Orange Crush collectors around. You might like this one. This is a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
The sign's made in Toronto, but for a company in Calgary.
I don't think I've ever seen that sign before.
Not one I've ever encountered before.
He knows if he sells them to us at a discount, when we find something he wants, we'll give it to him at a discount.
You're getting first crack at it, so the prices that I'm going to quote you are going to be the prices. Okay, but I'll be very fair with you.
So your best 250,
Yep.
500.
Yep.
What about the red rose tea?
If I sell it to you at 350, you can still make money on it.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The slatted tea, I'll do you 350 on that as well.
How about the Camel?
At $100, you guys are going to make money on it. There's guys that just collect thermometers, $40 on it.
What about the Ontario insurance sign?
I can let you have that for $150.
Wow.
It's right out of your backyard.
Yeah.
You should buy something on my backyard.
$1,740 worth of good pieces.
Do you have any interest in that clock?
Yeah, I have a customer for it.
Yeah, just downsize the cost a little bit. What would you give us on the clock?
On the Peganaw clock, I would allow you $200. Since I'm dealing wholesale here,
Yeah.
I'm going to offer you wholesale.
So $1,540 net.
I think we got to do
That's
that.
great.
You working for you?
Yeah.
Excellent, Sheldon.
Thank
you very much. Scott, thank you very much.
There we go. Oh.
It's not very often you could get stuff of this quality, and we've got people for pretty much everything here.
Yeah.
Everybody wins on that one.
Scott and Sheldon are a pleasure to deal with. It's been a good day.
Thanks a lot, Ken.
Come back anytime, boys.
See you soon.
Thanks, Ken.
Always nice doing business
Take
with you.
care.
Thanks a lot.
All right, see ya. What a pick.
You just don't see Laurier cigar signs.
Yeah.
You just don't see them. And we're talking the turn of the century here.
Right, and it was just a tin litho.
Tin litho.
So a lot probably got used to bang onto the wall to patch a hole.
Absolutely. It's funny. Bernard, he talks about the ghosts and he talks about what they do when he says the phone was crackling.
I keep wondering, is he going to have a hard time selling that house someday? Not everybody wants to live with a bunch of ghosts.
But it's good, though, because if you're home alone, your wife's gone out to a movie with her friend, you can have a beer with your ghost.
I guess that's true. One of the family pets, a dog, is now a ghost in the house, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. I thought I got a glimpse of him. He was kind of just sitting up looking for a little biscuit, but...
Did you throw him one?
A little ghosty biscuit.
You're a nasty man.
I don't like spiders and snakes or ghosts.